Week 18 here in Germany, and it looks like Christmas time has finally hit here around Germany. It has been a really great week. It's been very happy. It was really uneventful probably at the start of the week because I was just so tired from Prague. You guys saw from that video. It was long, but I still had a lot of fun. Don't worry about that. So I'm gonna have to start out the week at Thursday because I honestly didn't do anything for this first few days. I just kind of chilled, did my own thing, and took a break from filming and going out and just whatever. Early on that morning, since of course I'm off every Thursday, I went with Falk and Kerstin to a city called Meißen. It's northwest of Dresden, about 45 minutes, and it's a really pretty little city. What Meißen is well known for, typically, is their fine china as we know it, or porcelain, and they make probably the best porcelain in all of Europe, or some of the best in Europe. Very expensive. I didn't get to see it sadly, but don't worry, I will be there at some point in time. The city was very pretty with all its little alleyways and its like extremely old churches. You know, I was walking around a church, we're walking up to the tower, and just like this church is just, look at it. It was original woodwork, and I looked back on it. It was made in 1520. Okay, you know, walking on stairs that are like 500 years old. Kind of glad I didn't like kind of fall, and yeah, that would have been bad. It would have been real bad. And later on that day, after we came back from Meißen from the awesome little Christmas market they have, I went out later with a bunch of friends, Anika, Kelsey, Trez, Luke, Jan, Falco, and his girlfriend Claudia to Dresden's Striezelmarkt. And the Striezelmarkt is probably Dresden's most famous market, Christmas market I mean. It is like gorgeous, that place. I'm gonna be throwing up photos now because like, God, this place is so awesome. And you can't look at everything. Like, it would take you probably a week to go through that whole Christmas market in detail. It was super awesome, and oh, I wish we had these in the US. Like, that would make my life complete when I went back there. That's all I want, just the damn Christmas markets, that's all. And maybe some of the food from the Christmas markets. But didn't really get to look around that much because the winds were like 50 miles an hour, and it was raining, and it was like 34 degrees Fahrenheit. It's like almost 0 degrees Celsius for any of my European viewers. Like, it was cold. And so we kind of suffered after drinking a Glühwein, and we're like, just done. Done. So I will definitely be going back there and probably film some more when I actually feel like existing outside. But that wasn't the day. And on Friday, I went by myself to Leipzig. It was such a long day. Got up, went to class, got some stuff for my family back home, got a package sent out. It was awesome. And went to Leipzig to meet my friend. He was the first PPPler I ever met. His name is Antonio. He was a 28th year German PPPler. And met him there, and he let me stay at his place. He was really nice because I went to see Eisbrecher that night. Eisbrecher means icebreaker. For any of you that don't speak German, really simple, no worries. That was an awesome concert. Like, just look how cool, I mean, the singer, like, they know how to put on a show. It was, oh God, it was awesome. It was so worth it going to Leipzig, like, handled all that traveling by myself, and there will definitely be some concert footage. It's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst, so no worries. And the next day, did a little sightseeing with Antonio in Leipzig, and came back home around 4:30, and of course it was already dark because it gets dark here in Germany at like, yeah, really early. So I'm gonna stop talking so I can show all this video that I have to show because that's what you guys want to see anyways, right? So you guys know how we do this. Let's see what we did for the week.
Allons-y!
And there is the beautiful Elbe River, as you can see part of Meißen across the bridge right there. Falk and Kerstin were awesome enough to invite me along for this little adventure they were going to have in Meißen, where we went to the Christmas markets, and you can see these beautiful little alleyways here. I'm sure it's much prettier at night, but because it is about 45 minutes away, it would probably take me a little while with the train. I don't think I'd be there at night, but we will see yet. And as you can hear a little bit in the background maybe, there are porcelain bells playing. There's actually in that church you see right there in front of me. That church right there has little porcelain bells because Meißen is the place of porcelain and the place of fine china. And here is the beginning of these Christmas markets. And of course the Rathaus, which is the government building in the background. Very cool. We'll definitely be going back to that Christmas market in the video. I mean, maybe in person. Here we were walking up the tower of the church I was showing. I looked this up later on, and yeah, that church it's 500 years old, and that woodwork you see right there is original woodwork with a few modifications, I would imagine, so we don't fall and die. You know, good stuff like that. So it was very cool climbing up there, even though I was kind of scared for my life, and I think Kirstine was too. But that little bell, not so little, you see right there, will ring soon, so fear not. In the background is the cathedral. It's actually also called the Frauenkirche, which means Church of Our Lady. And we have a Frauenkirche in Dresden and a Frauenkirche in Meißen apparently too. And from the top of that tower, what a beautiful city Meißen is. It looks like one of those little, like snow globe little European villages that they make statues of, like little cities. It looks like so surreal, like it's almost... It was definitely a really cool adventure to go there in Meißen. But I did try this glühwein and it had chili powder in it, and that was pretty gross. But the other glühwein was good. Here we are in a chocolate store and tea store apparently, because one half seemed to be tea, which Kirstine was of course interested in. Kirstine's drinking tea all the time, like every day. Nothing wrong with that. And of course chocolate on the other side. Gotta go search for that chocolate, and a Santa Claus climbing up a ladder. That was pretty cool. Here I was. To the left you cannot actually see it, but there is actually a 15-meter deep well, possibly 12-meter deep well in this little Christmas shop, and that was just really interesting. That is a Weihnachtspyramide, a Christmas pyramid. This is common here in Germany. They're very expensive because they're handmade, and yeah, they're really awesome, but very expensive. Here I was at the Striezelmarkt that I was talking about earlier in the video, and this is the kind of beauty I'm talking about. Like, we need these in the U.S. We need them at all major cities. We need them in the small cities. We need them in the villages. They just need to exist everywhere because it just feels so festive and it feels just so right. Creepy. Sorry for the quick surprise jump, but I jumped to Leipzig, where I was walking with Antonio through one of their malls, which, wow, like they have some... He was talking about it being hip, and it is a pretty hip place. And there is Mike on the right there. He is a fellow PPPler of mine, and then the gray jacket on the right was a German PPPler, Lucas, and then of course Antonio, another PPPler. So it was a pretty cool hangout, and here I was at the Eisbrecher concert. And of course it's about to get loud. I'm definitely throwing some concert footage in, so I hope you guys enjoy that. And here we were all rested up the next day, walking through the neighborhoods in Leipzig near where Antonio lived. It was a kind of a gray, dreary day, so we were just kind of chilling. And there is a Red Bull car that I actually saw the night before. And these clips are going to be of us just walking through Leipzig, showing its general beauty for what it was. As beautiful as it could be on such a gray day. But, again, we went to the Christmas markets more in depth. It was good to see them in the daytime, and of course, got me even more excited about it because even their Christmas market was, like, really cool. I do believe Antonio said that Dresden, Leipzig, and another city that he couldn't think of were the oldest Christmas markets in all of Germany. And look at the puppies, they're so cute. Okay, so oldest Christmas markets in Germany are in his city and then in my city. How awesome is that? That statue on the right, I'm not even showing that. That was creepy. And here is more of the Christmas market stands. And of course there's pictures on Facebook if you have my Facebook. If not, email me. Do something if you want to see pictures. I'll gladly send. No worries. And there's Leipzig from afar. Here I was at Leipzig Hauptbahnhof on my way home soon, and here is the family lunch.
Hm?
Can I start with you?
So.
Nothing.
Ich tramp ja nicht.
Ich habe mich gewundert, mal gucken, ob du jemanden findest, der eher fährt.
Ja, ich gucke jetzt gerade, weil mein Vater sich schon noch direkt hat.
Weil ich finde das nämlich auch zu spät. Und der Franz ist ja dann auch erst 10:30 oder so wieder da.
Elbe-Park komme ich in einer halben Stunde her.
Trotzdem ist es um 10 und es ist spät und du hast nichts für die Schule gemacht die ganze Woche.
And so I'll see you guys next week.